fun of making my own sourdough starter. I got half a cup of flour in my jar. I have half a cup of filtered water. I'm gonna use the end of my stick, but we'll just mix this together. Mix, 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 mix. Okay, now I'm going to cover it with a coffee filter, add a little rubber band, and then let it sit for 24 hours. Forgot to record earlier, but this is day 2 of making a sourdough starter from scratch. So today I transferred it to a bigger jar because I just felt like that was necessary. But basically what I did was I took half a cup of the starter and put it in here, and then with a half a cup of flour, half a cup of water, and then mix that, and now setting it here on a warm place to just do her thing for another 24 hours. The rest of the sourdough starter from yesterday is just discard, and we just getting rid of that for now. Day 3 of making my own sourdough starter. I just discarded half. Now I'm going to put half a cup of flour back in here. Ooh, without making a mess. Ooh. A little bit of a fail. And now a half a cup of water. Now mix. Okay, there we go. That's what it's looking like. Let's put this on and let it do its thing for another 24 hours. Day 6 of making my own sourdough starter from scratch. Today we have some action. We've got a lot of bubbles and we have some growth. I put a rubber band there to see if it would rise at all, and it did. It did. So I'm gonna do the same thing, discard half and feed it with more flour and more water. Here's what it looks like from the top. And I just want to share, because I don't think I mentioned this, but around like day 3 and day 4, this thing was smelling really funky, like almost like rotten funky. It was smelling so bad, but I didn't want to give up and I just kept going with it. And now it doesn't smell bad at all. It's starting to smell like actual sourdough, like that sourdough kind of smell. Oh, I'm so excited. I just transferred it to a new clean jar, but here is day 6. We'll see it tomorrow. Day 7 of starting my own sourdough starter from scratch. I've already kind of done her maintenance today. I've discarded half, fed it with more flour and water, and she's just looking so good, so healthy. There's bubbles and activity happening here, and it grows really fast now. So like literally like in the next hour, it's already gonna be up to here, watch. Literally only 30 minutes later, and look at how much she's grown. Yeah, I think my starter is happy. Day 8 of making my own sourdough starter from scratch. I'm going to start double feeding it, so every 12 hours, because I did the water test and I feel like we are so close. It's just not quite there yet. It still went to the bottom of the water, so I'm gonna double feed, and yeah, we'll check back in a few days. Day 9 of starting my own sourdough starter. We're gonna do the water test right now. Okay, gonna plop a little in there. If it floats, it's ready to go. If it sinks, it is not ready to go. So I discarded half and then I put more flour and water in there, and we'll feed her again later this evening. I'm gonna just continue doing double feedings until she's ready. Day 10 of starting my own sourdough starter from scratch. Let's do a water test, shall we? Freak. She's still not ready. I'm gonna throw away half of this. Okay, that looks good. Put more flour. And we mix. A little more flour. I feel like she bubbles up more when she's a bit thicker. And this glass is getting a bit messy, so I'm gonna transfer everything into a clean jar. Let's put a rubber band on so we can see where she's at, and we'll check in later this evening. Just learned something new about the water test. It's best to do it when your starter is at its peak. So I fed it maybe an hour or two ago, and obviously she's doubled in size. So let's give this a try now and see. Oh my gosh, she's floating. Frick yeah. Freak the freak yeah. She's floating. She ready to bake with. Yee! It is day 11 of my sourdough starter, and I've already baked with her. I started this process last night, but I made my very first sourdough loaf, and she is amazing. I'm so excited.